Welcome back everybody to this Heflatv presentation of the joinDOTA League Season 2. This is Division 2 Europe with USH against Decerto. It is game number 2 as well. USH, they actually had a pretty convincing game 1 victory. And well, now Decerto, they're definitely looking to bounce back. And of course, my name is Coucher and with me is Benji.
Hey, great to be here, and well, we saw a pretty awesome amount of initiation and team fight coming out from Ursa as they just completely rolled over Decerto. We're seeing the usual bans and picks, but we do see that Shadow Demon being banned out immediately by Decerto. Rather interesting, although pretty... usually you ban out the Marauder rather than the Shadow Demon, but at the same time a Shadow Demon is a very good pickup, so...
Yeah, it is a little bit out of the ordinary. I mean, it is a strong hero, but it's just not like first ban worthy. At least most of the times, like you said as well, usually you just ban out the Mirana instead. But I mean, I guess the Shadow Demon does combo up with other heroes really nice as well. Can use it defensively, the disruption, aggressively, however they may go. But a first pick Nyx Assassin.
Now this is an old school pick, so to say. He used to be really popular first pick, first ban. And still is to some extent, just due to how good he is at initiation, how good he is at being annoying, and he can play in practically every position, apart from carry. As we're going to see Nyx plus Sanking, now that's a combo and a half.
Yeah, well, Decerto, I guess they're going for a completely different strategy than game number 1. At least for the time being with the first 2 picks. Versus Troytron though, they get themselves, once again, the Mirana, but this time around it's going to be accompanied by the Treant Protector. And well, Decerto with the Nyx Assassin and Sanking, they actually don't have almost any push between those 2 heroes. So Treant's Living Armor, I mean, it can become like the game-winning factor if Decerto are just unable to kill the towers.
What's really worth noting though is that Treant Protector, he does actually counter these 2 heroes pretty well. He's very tanky, and he's got that Living Armor that allows other people to become very tanky. And tanky heroes are 2 things that both Nyx Assassin and Sanking don't like. He also has that ultimate stun that's impossible to stop even with the BKB, meaning that Sanking is going to have to be able to hit a perfect ultimate in order to not get countered like that.
Yeah, he definitely has to get the Blink Dagger from before, but oh, a Witch Doctor! And the Treant Witch Doctor combination is actually a really strong one. First of all, it keeps heroes in place so the Paralyzing Cask will bounce around, but of course, his ultimate, the Death Ward, it's going to do so much damage in the Treant ultimate.
That is exactly why they're picking up that Witch Doctor. As in they've already picked up their 2 supports and their Marana, probably carry. I'd guess she's going to be playing that position again, meaning we're still waiting for the middle and off lane. It's going to be interesting to see what they pick up, as in right now they've got a lot of team fights, a lot of gank potential.
Yeah, I'd like to see a Darkseer tied by Ursa now.
That would be actually a really nice setup. Just get that vacuum in, Treant Protector walks up, gets an easy ultimate, and then everyone else dies. As I like that pick coming out from Decerto, that Disruptor pickup, disrupting that combo that Ursa's going to want to do. Is they do pick up the Darkseer. You called it.
It just made sense if they're going for the team fight already anyway. Plus, I really think if they hadn't picked the Darkseer right now, Decerto, they might have gone for it. They actually wouldn't have had too much space for it with the 3 heroes they already have. But the combinations could have been strong, and well, Decerto, I guess they could go for a Magnus as a mid laner, but that would leave them with 3 melee heroes who all have to get up close. I mean, Darkseer is really good against melee heroes, as is, of course, the Treant Overgrowth.
Normally, that would have been an issue. Having said that, with that Disruptor pickup, they do have a little bit of space, because obviously that Disruptor pickup is brilliant at, pun intended, disrupting team fight wombo combos like that. As when they started it up, you know, you get maybe the Vacuum started off, or the Treant Protector ultimate, and then Disruptor just pops down his ultimate, and all of a sudden you can't finish off, and everyone dies. One way or the other. As we see the Gyrocopter getting picked up as well.
Yeah, it's just team fight against team fight.
I said the first game was going to be interesting, and this one's also going to be super fun and super fast and furious.
Yeah, at least that's what it should be, I think. The first, like, 6 or so minutes, maybe 6 to 10 minutes even, might not be as action-packed, to be honest, depending on, of course, how Ursa want to lane this. If they're going for the aggressive Mirana, Witch Doctor Treant tri-lane, then, yeah, we're going to see a lot of action, but if they don't, we'll probably just see the Sanking stacking up the jungle and farming it for the early Blink Dagger. Gyrocopter also getting the farm on his safe lane. But I actually really think Ursa should go contest with an aggressive tri-lane.
Yeah, I do agree with that, considering that, especially with that living armor, they do have a lot of ability to counter this Nyx Assassin's and King of Gyrocopter. As we do see the rest of the picks just zooming out, these two teams know exactly what they want to do, and they're picking it as we see the Death Prophet coming out from Decerto. That's going to be their mid lane, while Kunkka also getting picked up as a counter mid lane, and I don't think I've ever seen a Kunkka versus Death Prophet matchup.
But I actually can't think of one either. What I do know though is that the Kunkka Darkseer combination, well, that's gonna be a treat, and really so far in this game, I think the Death Prophet pick is actually pretty nice. The silence, it can disrupt the team fight, and his silence of course is more spammable and a little bit even maybe more reliable than the Disruptors. Disruptor actually has to place it down, whereas Ursa can't just run out of it. But the Death Prophet, once you get hit, it's stuck with you until the end of the duration.
Yeah, and it's worth noting that I don't feel that either of these two teams have the better lineup per se. They both have that late game with the Mirana, Kunkka, and Gyrocopter and Death Prophet. They've both got nice ability to gank, and they've both got really nice team fights. This is all going to come down to execution.
It really does. I guess it comes a little bit down to how fast the Sand King can actually get his Blink Dagger. Because once he gets it, I mean, they would have just such a huge upper hand initiation with the Nyx Assassin's Vendetta as well. I mean, because USH, sure they have a lot of team fight, but they actually don't have the blink jumping heroes like Bat Riders, maybe the Sand King even, as well as the Centaur. Or, well, maybe even a Puck, to be honest. I mean, I guess Darkseer, usually the build that's most common nowadays is just get the Soul Ring, mech, and then go into the blink. But up until then, I mean, they'll have to rely on X marks the spot.
Yeah, so their initiation is going to be a little bit weaker, as they're going to be relying on more on their Invis heroes with that Trinket Protector and the Mirana ultimate to really get that initiation available. And I really do feel it's going to come down to who can deal with the Invis heroes better. Because if they can shut down that Nyx early on, if they can stop that Nyx from roaming around and getting those early kills, then they should be able to just wait this out long enough for their teamfight to come online. While on the opposite side, if Decerto, if they can make sure that the Mirana ultimate and the Trinket Protector doesn't catch them out by surprise, they should be able to do some pretty good stuff themselves. And again, like what I said before, it's all going to come down to execution on this game.
Yeah, it will, but I guess it's time for the team introductions as well. As I'll take Decerto on the Radiant side. Nisha will be playing up on the Disruptor, leaving Hypertrack, playing the Gyrocopter. Felek gonna be playing, I'm guessing, the mid lane on the Death Prophet, with Sand King played by Colts. And off lane, the last one for them is gonna be Artie.
And on the opposite side, they're currently one game up, looking to close this out 2-0. We've got Ursa, and there's going to be Dota's Talk being played by Mirana, going to be on that carry. We've got the stand-in Tamash playing on that Kunkka, going to be going probably, well, it looks like he's going actually safe. No, going to go mid. We've got Sakura, the second stand-in from Ursa. He's going to be going on that Darkseer. Lucky on the Witch Doctor. And finally, we've got SH Keeper on the Trinket Protector.
Yeah, it looks like they do go for the aggressive tri-lane after all, and it makes sense as well because, I mean, even if you don't just completely dominate your tri-lane, if you just break even, it's going to be worth it, because otherwise the Sand King would have just had free time to stack and farm the jungle, whereas with an aggressive tri-lane, the Sand King actually has to focus most of his attention towards the lane.
It is worth noting that out of these two tri-lanes, it's really the Decerto one that requires the more farm. That Gyrocopter in particular, he's a lot less useful than Mirana without the items.
Yeah, well, the Gyrocopter actually, he's really good against the Trinket Protector because of the Rocket Barrage early on. It completely eats through all of the living armor stacks, plus does even some magic damage on top. But oh, Disruptor, I don't think they'll get him.
No, they might be able to if they can get the slow off, but he's going to be able to just duck behind this tier 1 tower. And the arrow isn't going to come out. He hasn't even leveled it up yet, and that is going to be, well, the first initial start. The wards are going to get placed down. Very aggressive ward right there.
Yeah, Keeper, he went for an aggressive item build as well, just getting straight up boots of speed, and on a 3-ent it really works out because his right click just hurts so damn much, and if you can just chase them down, it's definitely gonna help, although Sand King also started with boots of speed, but for him it's just getting in range for the Burrow Strike, because level 1, that range on it is just horrible.
As you see that this tri lane I really feel is going to be where all the action is going to be happening. But obviously these other lanes are going to be a little bit interesting. I do feel that Death Prophet probably has the greater advantage in general, just being able to use that the runes better on mid, and be able to spam a little bit more with that Crypt Swarm. Obviously, Kunkka, pretty good with spamming himself with that Tidebringer. And I feel this lane's going to be mostly equal, though. So in fact, we do see that Death Prophet is going to get hit right there by the Torrent. He's going to get out nice and safely, though.
Yeah, I mean, this early on, Kunkka really shouldn't be able to kill him at all. They're going unlucky, maybe. The arrow comes onto Sand King, so stops the initiation.
In fact, the glaives are pretty good. It looks like they want to turn this around. Looks like they're going to go for it, but they're kind of both going to just think about that and realize it's not a very good idea. And it's worth noting that Gyrocopter went for the flat cannon first.
Well, I've actually seen the Gyrocopter's tri-lane up against an aggressive tri-lane in the same situation, and they also started up with the flat cannon. It actually does a lot of damage because every hit of the flat cannon hits on every hero of the aggressive tri-lane. So they actually have to burn through a lot of regeneration from only one spell usage, which only costs you 50 mana.
It's also worth noting that we haven't talked about this off lane yet, or kind of safe lane, off lane, which I do feel that Darkseer is going to completely destroy Nyx. Just that Iron Shell, just so good against melee heroes. Nyx is not going to have a fun time there.
Yes, once the Darkseer gets the Soul Ring, he's just going to be peachy on that lane. Until then, the mana burn does help out a little bit on Artie, but of course he's out of mana. Oh god.
There should be a kill to Sand King. There should be first blood. Easy, very nice arrow. He's desperately trying to get out there, desperately trying to broad struck out. Surely the slow's going to be coming out soon with Leech Seed, and this is going to be the first blood. True Protector picking that up, and that's a very nice first start for him.
Yeah, I mean, the Sand King delayed it out as much as humanly possible. Although, I mean, like, the Gyrocopter actually maybe should have just stayed there and farmed. Might have been a little bit better, but look at the Dream Protector with the double damage, just doesn't care. If he actually hits you once, you lose a third of your HP.
Yeah, double damage Dream Protector with that base damage is just so painful, so hard.
Actually, looking at mid lane at the moment, Tomasz, he's 13 and 4 compared to 8 and 7 on the Death Prophet. I guess the Death Prophet is gonna be able to catch up a little bit once he gets higher levels in the Crypt Swarm. But so far, Tomasz is doing a really nice job. He's actually going for X marks the spot as well early on. Some Kunkkas, they just completely max out Torrent and Tidebringer and don't care about X marks the spot, but he most certainly does.
Yeah, but do you see the Bottle Courier is going to come out from Death Prophet, probably equaling this out a little bit. Kunkka, does he have his bottle? I don't think he has yet. Obviously not going for that at the moment.
He has it on the Courier, so it's just coming in. The Courier is flying as well, which can't be said for the Radiant one. The supports actually, well, they have enough gold for it on the Disruptor, but I bet he just wants to get the Boots of Speed first.
Well, that's actually a pretty cool Dragon Courier right there. Oh. I'm guessing it's one of the Chinese ones from the New Year. As we do see the Torrent's going to come out. Death Prophet coming in a whole bunch of trouble. The S-Naught spot comes out. She does do a lot of damage there, but Kunkka just doesn't have enough burst damage after that initial combo. As Death Prophet is going to be more than safe, but they do burn off a TP scroll. 130 gold the supports really could do without losing.
Yeah, it's really nice, and now Tomasz even gets a haste rune. Thank god that Decerto actually have an Observer Ward here, but once Tomasz hits level 6, he actually might be able to kill off Death Prophet if he gets some cheap harass damage before the bottle gets crowed back to him.
Well, I do feel that right now this Death Prophet is going to start making a comeback. In fact, she has taken the lead so far in this lane, as that Crypt Swarm is just going to get more and more dangerous against that Kunkka.
Yeah, well, that's just the power of the hero. I mean, sure, Kunkka got the lead early, but Crypt Swarm, higher levels, lower cooldowns thanks to Witchcraft, lower mana cost as well, and of course more damage.
So you see there's a little bit of harassment there going on to Darkseer, taking him out a bit, but at the same time, both of them are very low on mana, very low on health. But Nyx does have the stun.
I don't think the stun will matter too much unless the Darkseer gets stunned up under the tower with the tower aggro on him. I mean, they're just so out of mana both of them. But mid lane, Tomasz, with the haste rune, he got the kill, the ghost ship connected as well. It was a level 2x marks the spot to set things up. And all really nicely done by him.
Very good stuff there coming out from the Kunkka. Kunkka, just when that Death Prophet is starting to come back into the game using that bottle, he's going to just bring it right back and start doing a bit of tower damage. And every bit of tower damage is actually pretty good against Death Prophet.
You mean, Death Prophet, oh, they're actually going bottom lane on Lucky maybe. No, Burrow Strike not coming out.
Burrow Strike not going to get used. Just a little bit of harassment right there, so it looks like, in fact, there's going to be a little bit of aggression coming out, and Jaro could be in so much trouble. He was out of position. He's surely going to go down. The Broad Strike is going to be good, but the arrow hits him mid-slam. Jaro, can he get out there? No, he can't. The right clicks from the Trim Protector just a little bit too strong, and the Nyx misses his. He does pop Vendetta, trying to go for the damage, goes to the minus armor, but it's not going to be enough. Or will it be? Keeper will finally go down. 1-for-1 trade. Will it be more than that, though? As we do see that Mirana may be in a bit of trouble right now. Going to pop the Starfall, but soon to go down. Starfall not enough damage. That's going to be a 2-for-1.
Yeah, that's pretty good for them, to be honest. Of course, the Paralyzing Casket didn't do all that much because it only had one target there. So no bounces whatsoever from the Paralyzing Casket. And, well, they did get the kill on the Gyrocopter in the end. The 3-end smack, just way too strong. 97 damage. But other than that, of course, Nyx Assassin rotated in as well. The first impale was horrible by him, just completely off target. But I guess he made up for it with just his presence, the mana burn, and the Vendetta extra burst damage. And now that gave a lot of farm and levels to Decerto.
I will say that Sun King did do an okay job right there, as well as Disruptor. As in, Jaro was completely out of position. He shouldn't have been where he was.
Oh, mid lane, they're going on Heflatv.
As that's surely going to be a very, very dead Death Prophet.
Yeah, I mean, Sakura, he was there with the Invis rune, so just waited for the perfect Iron Shell, and of course Kanka, him having 2 points in X marks the spot, there's nothing that Death Prophet can do until he maybe gets Yules or BKB, but that's just miles away.
And looks like they want to go push down this middle tower, and this is huge against Death Prophet, as generally you don't expect this middle tower to go down against the mid Prophet first.
Oh, Artie coming in, he wants to kill off Lucky maybe.
He gets a stun, a 2-man stun, going for more damage, and this should be a very dead Witch Doctor. Or will it be? In fact, no, well, the armor does come out, and in fact, Nyx is going to get taken out. Making it a 2-for-0. Very good counter initiation, especially with that perfect ultimate coming out from the Kunkka.
Yeah, and just lucky he himself with the level 2 Voodoo Restoration plus the Living Armor, which is level 2 only, now level 3. But man, what a turnaround, of course, go ship. Even Felek just came in, oh, nice deny. Will he pay for his life with it?
Yeah, he is going to be able to get away with it. Very nice stuff there by Disruptor. Getting out the deny off, and that is going to be, well, a little small consolation after losing, I think that was 3 kills in total and the mid tower.
Yeah, oh my god, that's Sakura sitting on Soul Ring, Mech, Boots of Speed, and a Magic Stick. 8 minutes in on a Darkseer. This early Mech, it's gonna do wonders for them because Decerto, they actually don't have the burst damage to even deal enough damage to bring them to 0, but with the mech being there, I mean, I think the fights might be rather hopeless until they get the Blink Dagger on Sun King, which actually is only 100 gold away.
Yeah, Sun King's been doing a pretty good job farming as well, so Vendetta comes out, the leap is going to come out, can Dota Talk get out of there? The armor is going to be good enough along with the ultimate, surely they don't have any vision. Mirana more than safe. And everyone just falls back and looks like they want to go for a counter initiation. The Treant's coming in. He doesn't have his ultimate up yet, but he does have that slow. As the arrow will come out. Disruptor gets hit in the face. Painful stuff. Although the cooldown is perfect. Hits 1, 2, 3. He's going for more damage, but they don't just quite have enough to finish it off. Will they be able to finish it off? We do see the concrete is going down slowly to that Disruptor, but he will fall right now. And that is going to be another 3-for-0. As that mech, like you said, comes so in handy. Without that mech, that would have been 3 kills right there.
Yeah, really that early mech making the difference. They didn't even have the Voodoo Restoration coming in from Lucky's Witch Doctor. Oh, they might find Hypertrack there as well. I don't actually think they have any idea that he's there. Because if they did, I mean, this Gyrocopter would be dead already.
Yeah, as in Hypertrack just kind of staying in the trees, trying to hope that they don't appear, don't pop up. The arrow is going to come out, but ooh, Nyx is going to get instantly stunned up. The ward will go out, and that was a little bit bad.
Well, I mean, USH, they're on the fast track to just taking this game 2-0, 10-3 the kill score. I mean, the start wasn't too bad for them, the tri lane. It was rather passive by both sides, but now, I mean, 10-3, like really this early on. Looking at the early graphs as well, it's around 5k gold lead for USH, as well as XP sitting at around 4k, and it might get updated even for some more. So yeah.
This is happening like last game, where you saw that the early game was mostly passive, but as soon as
oh, Hypertrack! Oh god.
Oh, that's just
I mean, he was so low farming there, and that was actually a big mistake. it was kind of obvious that they were in the enemy jungle, so Gyrocopter, I guess he was trying to just get any sort of farm that he possibly can, but of course pay dearly for it.
Yeah, and that's in fact going to be... just look at the kills right now coming out on the Ursa side. We've got 4 on the Conquer, 4 nil on 4, 4 on the train, only 1 death. In fact, the only 3 kills have all been picked up by the same player, that Sanking, who's actually got his blink up right now.
Yeah, the blink there, he is the one to actually... He's gonna have to make everything happen. They do have the Static Storm now as well. Felak, I mean, he's still level 8, but level 1 Exorcism, it's not that scary, especially if you have a mech on the enemy team, plus Voodoo Restoration and the Living Armor. But oh, this Rush, it's gonna go down before Decerto even gets there.
There's just nothing they could do. That minus armor from that to Treant Protector on the Medallion of Courage. We do see the counter comes out. Well, it looks like they were wondering if there's going to be an ultimate. This Sand King ultimate is going to be perfect. The epicenter picking up 4 players right there, instantly killing out Witch Doctor. But at the same time, it's just not going to be enough. As Tide does get sent back, but the arrow is going to be good by Mirana. They're going to surely take down this last Death Prophet. She's going over the kill, picks up 1, can't get the second. But Gyro's kind of, they're coming in one by one, all on their own, and Nyx may even fall as well.
Oh my god, the Mirana, I thought she's actually gonna die because the Flak Cannon was chasing her, but just as the Flak Cannon was about to hit, she leaped out of it. Oh god, that was so close.
I just feel that that team fight was a little bit too all over the place for Decerto. You saw them going in one by one, kind of all independently deciding that they can turn it around, and they gave...
I have to say that Decerto, I mean, it looked really good for them since they had the Epicenter and the Static Storm onto 2 to 3 heroes. But not only that, I mean, it was really the best possible fight for them at the moment. It's just Aishar so far ahead because Kanka, he completely wasted the ghost ship. It hit around this area here and there was literally 0 heroes there.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what they were doing there. So I do think that they were wondering if there was going to be like a smoke attempt. So they was trying to like hit it before it happened, but...
Oh, actually one interesting thing to note out is that actually was brought out to my attention at the moment in the chat by... Say my name, 1234. There's no Spike Carapace on the Nyx Assassin, and that's all. What a 4-man silence!
As we do see that the Death Prophet desperate trying to do any kind of damage, but we just don't have enough damage at the moment. The ultimate's going to come out from Treant, along with the ultimate from Kunkka. Although they are going to be able to barely get out of there, they're desperate trying to escape, desperate trying to just rotate all back as 5, and no one manages to die so far. Although Gyro wants to go in man mode, but man mode is not going to be good enough. As that's going to be Gyro going down once again, out of position, once again trying to go solo, and just hasn't worked for them.
I mean, he's just desperate to try to kill off the Treant, but the Treant, he even had ages on him. So even if he did kill him, he would just pop back right up. But this combination, I mean, Overgrowth into the ghost ship, almost killing off 2 immediately. They did manage to survive somehow, but oh, a random vacuum.
So you see Death Prophet gonna do a little bit of harassment damage there. The ultimate's gonna get popped. The Sand King epicenter is perfect. This has to be it. This has to be the team fight they win. But this isn't looking like it is. The Death Prophet and Sand King instantly go down. Gyro comes in a little bit too late. And the ultimate is... He's gonna dodge it, but it's gonna be barely. That Moron ultimate just being so annoying. And the cooldown is gonna be good as well. Hitting 4 players right there. But again, just too tanky, too much health. Nyx will go down. The rest of the suit to follow. The vacuum just so big. And the GG gets called.
Wow, they've played so well and, I mean, completely dominating Decerto. That was just, man, utter dominance.
I just feel that that was mostly due to execution coming out on the Decerto side. Especially the Gyrocopter. They went in one by one in team fights. They were all over the place in terms of positioning. And Ursa, their team fights were very good. They turned around, they punished every single mistake they made. And by the time Decerto brought it together and hit some good ultimates and hit some good epicenters, Ursa were just too far ahead, had too much healing, had too many mechs, and that is going to be a very fast 2-0 in favor of Ursa.
Man, that was indeed really fast, and it's kind of surprising considering that Sand King, he got a really early Blink Dagger, but level 1 epicenter doesn't even do enough damage to out-damage the mechans coming out, so, I mean, really well done by Ash overall, and of course... I really felt that they won all of their lanes to begin with anyway, so it's actually hard to come back from that.
Yep. But do not go anywhere right now, as we are going to be coming up with another game, as we're going to be following Decerto a little bit further, and they're going to be going up against a personal favourite of mine, as they're British heroes as well. It is going to be Decerto coming up against Infused up in 15 minutes' time here on Heflatv TV. Don't go anywhere. This has been Banshee with Kucha.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, don't go anywhere. And of course, if you liked what we did, be sure to follow us on Twitch or our social media, Facebook, Twitter /HeflaTV, or check out our VODs on youtube.com/Heflamoke. And yeah, that's it for this game. But like said already, 15 minutes time, there will be a next one.